Good morning, everyone. Let's give a few more minutes for the folks to join in. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We are still waiting for a few of our colleagues to join in, and we will get started. Today, we're going to be we'll not spend a lot of time. So rest assured, you will save some minutes, maybe an hour, to invest for the rest of your day. But let's give a few more minutes for the folks who join. As you're aware, the call will be recorded, so in case you missed some parts or you had to jump off, you will always have access to the recording uh, on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube playlist. Thank you. Okay, I will begin with an intro and a few announcements, and then we can jump into into our session on inclusive climate finance. First of all, I would like to apologize for my absence in the last few days, weeks. Situations beyond my control. I understand that we've had some hiccups here and there, but I'm sure value was delivered anyways in those weeks. Um, we will take a quick update on news or update from Mrs. Moshoke for the demo. I understand that there was some mix-up last week, so if we can take that update real quick of the demo plot, then I will introduce Mr. Chigozurim, the CEO of Reway, to take us on the idea and the concept of climate inclusive insurance and how that can be a business opportunity for all stakeholders on the call. So Moshoke, if you are ready, you can take an update. We would like to see the farm and you talk us through what has happened since land prep until now. Of course, we know that it wasn't possible to do that in the previous session. So Moshoke, if you're ready, you can take it now, or you can take it after the session, by the way. Whichever works for you, let me know.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Should I turn on my video now?
Yes, we would like to see what we're working with now.
Okay.
Again, if you're not ready, you can take it after so we can save time.
Can anyone see the video?
I'm going to just pin it for everyone to see as the main screen. Please, you can, by show of hand or reaction, if you can see this. Okay, Martha can see it. So Peace also can see it. So please go ahead. Mary can see.
Good morning, everyone. So last week I was informed to proceed with the preparation of the nursery bed in the demonstration site in Abuja. We began by preparing the area for the nursery bed. The area was stony, so we had to make use of sieve to remove the stones so that we could have smooth, loose soil for planting. So I was able to get someone to help out with this nursery preparation. The measurement for this bed is 1 meter wide and 3 meter long. So after sieving the soil, we're able to prepare this bed. It's quite small, given the size of the area we have for the demonstration exercise. By the following day, that was last week Friday, we proceeded with planting of the seeds. That is the bell pepper seeds. So from then till now, we've been watering the area. Hopefully in the next 10 to 14 days, we'll see germination from what we planted. Thank you.
Thank you. Could you maybe step back a bit so we can see the full 3 meter length? Yeah. And maybe, yeah, it's still kind of cut off. We just want to see the full like plot. Maybe lower the camera, bend the camera a bit forward, perhaps. Okay. Aha. Okay. So Friday till now, I think I'm not sure, but okay, it's less than 7 days, so germination will likely not have occurred. But yeah, otherwise, if you could raise the mulch a little bit, then maybe we could see something. But thank you very much. Um, Let me see if I missed any detail. Does anyone have any question for her? Okay, so it's still very early. Part of what um, we will try to demonstrate is because a bit of a background, if Moshoke would let me. Um, she had tried to grow pepper or vegetables on this same plot before without success. So we're trying to see if some of the little changes that has been made so far can make it thrive. So we're trying to kind of essentially test out some resilience. Uh, how do you say it? Strategy to see if we can get a different result so far. But well, thank you very much for this feedback. Uh, Before the end of the call today, we might get update from Iponyi and Oyo. Probably, we're still trying to establish some connection. As a segue, after a few weeks, um, hopefully we'll have a very good germination. We'll transfer them to the other sections of this small plot. But we will see what happens. If we fail, we will see together. Thank you very much. So I will go ahead to introduce our guest for the day. You can turn off the video. Um, so for today, we'll be having Mr. Israel Chigozurim. Chigozurim, Israel is a visionary entrepreneur. He's an author, he's a mentor, um, and is dedicated to creating um, social impact and promoting sustainability. He is a founder of Railway Technologies, an Abuja-based climate company, and they are using technology to drive sustainable development for farmers. So, Mr. Chigozerin, please take it away. I hope you have some presentation for us as well. Thank you. Some slides, I mean. Hi, Israel. Awesome.
So, okay, I'm trying to use multiple devices. Okay, so I tried to join from multiple devices. Gabriel, thanks for the introduction. So, so please confirm we can hear me. We
Yes.
seem awfully quiet. So we'll try to change the dynamics of today's presentation. So thanks Gabriel for that introduction. Quite lengthy, so I think I'll just keep that whole part. So I understand we're used to setting dynamics of having trainings or meetings, and I want to, try to take a different twist from the conventional cameras muted and people in the background. So if you can, just please turn on your cameras. Let's make this very interactive. So, hi, Nashal, Silas. I saw you briefly before your camera went off. So, hi, Juliet. I can see you. Thank you. Um, Hi, Silas. Thank you. Hi, Martha. Thank you. So good to be here. So Gabriel has done the introduction, so we're going to skip that part and get straight into the business of today. Like I said, it's going to be very interactive. We'll try to make it very engaging because I myself, I learn through interactions. I learn by engaging as well. And so I will be sharing my slide now. Okay. So Gabriel, maybe you just help me pin the slides presentation view.
I think you're a co-host, so you can also manage that.
Okay,
But,
perfect.
Uh,
Perfect.
I could also help with that once you share. Okay, awesome.
So let me know if we can see my slides. All right, perfect. So my name is Israel Chigozirim. I think we've been able to establish that one. Okay, so we'll be doing something different. So we'll go around the room and we'll try to, I want to get to know some of us. I believe this has been an interesting couple of weeks. Going through a whole curriculum. I was reviewing the whole curriculum and I've seen the amazing lineup of topics that have been discussed. I even watched the demo that was presented today. Amazing work. So I want us to go around the room and everybody, you mute your mic, you say your name. If you were a superhero, what would be your power? What is that unique thing that you wish you could do? For me, okay, I'll start with myself. So my name is Israel Chigozirun, and if I had a superpower, I think it would be being in multiple places at the same time. So that would be my superpower. So, so now okay. So let's go around the room. So unmute your mics, your name. If you were a superhero, what would your power be? Okay. Come on, somebody build a room. I can see from my screen, I can see Oje Emo Shokome. Please permit me. So let's go in that order. Yaro, Andrew. So unmute your mic. If you're a superhero, what would your superpowers be?
Good morning, Mr. Israel.
Hi, good morning, Andrew.
Yes, I'm Andrew, and if I were to be a superhero, I would like to be able to fly.
Ah,
Thank you.
interesting. So who wants to go next? Come on, let's make this interesting. Let's liven this up.
Bashaka, you're muted. I see you are
Good
speaking.
morning. My name is Alu Yadwanzamba.
Can I go ahead?
Yes,
You
please
are
go
a
ahead.
superhero. I like traveling, flight every.
Oh,
Yeah?
so I didn't catch that. What did you say? The
Is it
network.
actually you are talking to?
Okay. So Emo Shokeme, please permit me. Please, you can go now. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right. So please continue.
Fine.
Thank you.
I am Emoshokeme Oje, and if I were a superhero, I think I am already. My power would be being a mother.
You are a superhero. You are. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's keep it rolling. Who's next?
Hi, my name is Rekachi Michael. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Michael. Well done.
All right. If I were a superhero, my power would be omnipresence. Once you think of me, I'm there.
You want to be dragging title with God. It's okay. Thank you,
right.
Michael, for that introduction. So who's next? Let's keep this rolling. Please, I don't want to hear omniscient. Who's next? I can see Yaro on my screen. Yaro Alu. if I don't know if you've gone already. I can see Ajay's hand is up. So let's just unmute your mic and keep it rolling. We'll just do this for like the next 5 minutes, 7 minutes, so we can get into the business of today. Okay, so 5 more persons. It looks like so we don't spend time here. Okay, Yaro, I don't know if you've gone. Ajay, your hands are up. If you want to go, that would be nice. Okay, Silas, you can go. Just unmute your mics and go.
Yes, if I'm to be a superhero, I think one of the little powers I would like to have is to be able to plant crop, to plant seed and harvest it same day.
Really interesting. That's millions every day. That's a very interesting power. Thank you very much, Saila. So who wants to go next? I can see. All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Peace Ojo, and if I were to be a superhero, my power would be predicting future occurrences.
That's very interesting. Thank you, Peace, for
If
that. Who wants to go next? Yeah. Nobody what? Okay, so Chuku Imo, I see your hand.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
if I were to
if
be a
I
superhero.
would be a superhero, I would be alive.
Hello? I should go on.
Yes, please continue.
Yes,
please.
if I were to be a superhero, my power would be to ensure anybody that has perfected any plan to do evil on the surface of the earth, I will kick that person away from this earth, and there will be no evil on this earth. Thank you.
Some of us are requesting for God powers, bro. Thank you very much, Chuku. Ada Ramiri, I see your hands up.
Thank you, sir. I'm Madara Miri. And if I were a superhero, my power would be a visionary.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Juliet, I see your hands up.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Juliet.
My name is Juliet Isaac. If I were to be a superhero, I'll provide food for everybody to eat.
Very interesting. The SDGs. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's why we are all here. Thank you very much, Juliet. Chukuma Ojeogo. I see your hands up. Chukuma Ojeogo. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I see your hands up. Martha, you can go.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Martha.
If I were to be a superhero, I would like to have this observation ability where I'd be able to see things at once and know everything about it, and at the same time be able to provide solution for it.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Martha. Chukuma, are you ready now? You'll be the last, then we'll just kick off. Okay, I guess not. Okay, I can see Esther. Esther, please go ahead. Okay, I thought I saw Esther's hand for a second. Okay, so in the place of that, let's just get into the business of today. Gabriel has done the introduction already. So my name is Israel Chigozurim. If you're wondering about the spelling, I have done a couple of work with some development organizations. I've had my fair share of 9 to 5, and currently employing people doing 9 to 5. So and 9 to 5. I'm now doing, before it was 9 to 5, now I'm not doing 12 to 12 around the clock. So that's that about me. So now let's get into the business of today. We've had very interesting couple of days. a couple of weeks learning through the YEA program, how we can leverage agriculture, create opportunities. I know we talked about topics in livestock production. We talked about climate smart crop production. We've talked about becoming a positive influencer. We've talked about climate change and digital agriculture. A lot of topics, and I know that Gabriel and his team have put up a very interesting array of curriculum, and so what I'm just here to do is to build up on the same energy and the same momentum and try to connect the dots, because as long as we're talking about agriculture, every dot in agriculture connects. So I'm not here to, probably go off track or go off rail. It's still the same thing that we've been talking about and trying to link up everything together. And today we'll be talking about a very interesting conversation, which is inclusive financing for agriculture. And so we're going to start with a simple case study. And we're going to use a name that we all know. So I want to introduce Amina to us. So Amina is a smallholder farmer in Nigeria. And just like some of us who are either into agriculture already or are seeking to get into agriculture. So Amina grows tomatoes, maize, and cassava on her small plot of land. Just like many other farmers, she faces challenges such as unpredictable weather, lack of access to quality inputs, and difficulty securing loans. When we were speaking, I think somebody mentioned how the superhero will be to plant crop and harvest the same day. So even with the current situations on ground now, even if you plant crops today, there are lots of challenges. Even the regular crop cycles are no longer working. So I believe that for every farmer, if they had powers, they would want to plant their crops and ensure that they get a bountiful harvest without any loss and all. So now we're going to X-ray Amina. So Amina faces challenges like unpredictable weather, lack of access to quality inputs, and difficulty securing loans. Right. So now, for a lot of us here, I'm still connecting the dots. For a lot of us here, I know some of us have had to plan for the money that we have not gotten. Right. Let's say somebody promised you money, right? Or you are expecting a job, and somebody promised you money. Let's say they promised you 100K or 1 million. In that 1 million, you've already budgeted. You do clothes shopping. You would buy this. You would buy the new gadget. You would buy this one. Buy this one. So we already make plans for money that we don't have. So that is what it's like. In agriculture, we face similar situations. For a lot of us who want to get into agriculture, we've talked about these people are taking power. So we've talked about livestock production. We've talked about climate smart agriculture. I saw the demo of the agricultural bed that somebody did. So a lot of us have already planned our activities for agriculture, and we tell ourselves, okay, in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, or in the next why 2 years? In the next 3 months, we've already envisaged that we'll make $1 million from our little farm. We've already thought about things we want to buy. Some of us have already started checking the price of the latest Hilux online, and we've already started making plans. We've gone to price land in the village. We want to build houses, right? So, well, agriculture is a different ballgame altogether. Agriculture does not follow a straight line curve. In our previous sessions, we talked about climate smart agriculture. That's because traditional agriculture no longer works. Now, what are some of those things that might scatter your plans of becoming a millionaire overnight or reaping your harvest overnight? So we're looking at certain things like floods, droughts, pest attacks, and a lot of other things, right? Amina, who grows tomatoes, maize, and cassava, is just like the average farmer who contends with all of these challenges, right? And so she needs to put into account certain things. Just like we here, after the duration of this YEA program, we would hope to get out in the field. We hope to set up our own farms or become farm managers or create meaningful employment through agriculture, right? But there are certain things that you need to consider, right, before you get into agriculture. And one of the greatest factors to consider is agricultural risk, right? I saw the curriculum and I saw the topic on climate smart agriculture. So that is one aspect of risk management, right? And as a farmer or someone who wants to get into agriculture, risk management should be at the core of everything you do. Now, in Africa, about 97% of our agricultural activities are exposed to risk, right? And what this means for farmers, what this means for people who hope to venture into agriculture is that you are most likely among that 97%. So how can you protect your investments? I saw the lady who was doing the demonstration or her small bed here in Abuja. That's very nice. That's very brilliant as well. And I'm sure you've put into practice some of the things you learned, and that is why you're doing the demo, to see how much growth has been achieved in the past few weeks, right? So these are steps taken to protect our investments, taken to protect our efforts in agriculture, right? So now risks are very common in agriculture, and they are unpredictable most times, and they are also most times unavoidable, right? It's like rainfall. Rainfall, you can sometimes predict rainfall, and when it rains, you can't stop it. So that's the same thing with agriculture. Agriculture has a lot of risk, from fire outbreaks, from thunderstorms, from flooding events to droughts. So there are so many extremes when it comes to risk in agriculture, right? Doing business is hard, but doing business in Africa is insanity and extremely hard. So risk are given. In Africa, our risk exposure is over the charts. We face both risks that are direct and from externalities. You would be on your farm, oh, that's how a bookie will carry cow and pass from your farm and damage your farm. That is risk. You will be on your farm, and pests, locusts will invade your farm and eat your crops. That is risk. So subsequently, as a farmer, the more you mitigate one risk, the more risks come up from different aspects. So it's very important that you put into consideration several, or the holistic approach to risk management. And mostly in Africa, a lot of us depend on the blood of Jesus, or Inshallah, or whatever we believe in. We just hope that, okay, and we put our trust in God to protect our investments, to protect our crops. But most of the time, it goes beyond that. That's why God gave us wisdom to apply into our daily dealings, right? So looking at this chart, so you can see the protection gap in Africa and the rest part of the world. In Africa, this data, this 7% is for insurance in the whole of Africa. The former data I showed for us is agricultural data. This 7% is general data. Only 7% of Africans are insured, right? Just a couple of months ago, I had to get a Hisense TV. The moment I got that TV, I had to buy insurance. It wasn't long after I bought insurance. It wasn't long after I bought the TV that there was a power surge that burnt a lot of things in my house. So I was not trying to imagine if I didn't get insurance. So that's how I would have bought a new TV or pack it up. So that is how much risk we face in Africa, from health, from our automobile, from the cars we drive, from every aspect. We face risk every day. And so it's important that we take active steps. Sorry, just a moment. All right, so it's important that we take active steps to mitigate risk, especially in agriculture, right? So the history of agriculture dates back as the 17th century, from cases such as the Great Fire of London. So there was a devastating fire event in the 17th century, and after that event, people thought about ways to hedge or protect their investments, and so insurance was birthed and has progressed over the years. And we've had so many insurance products, we've had so many risk mitigation products. There are even insurance products now that even protect against for events. Let's say you're planning an event and something happens and your event did not happen, or something happens and if you're expecting 100 guests, you only got 10 guests. So there are so many insurance products that are evolving every day, and the goal is to ensure that people's investments are protected. And so agriculture is one aspect of the economy. Seeing that agriculture employs a large percentage of Nigerians, and of Africans, even though we don't see it. So it's important that we protect ourselves from risk, because if agriculture goes bad, nothing else will go good, right? Nothing else will go right. A lot of families are dependent on agriculture. Imagine losing everything you have and you don't bounce back from that. Looking at the Holland Rice Farm case study of 2022, there was a crazy flooding event that happened in 2022 that affected over 4,000 hectares of rice farmland in Nasarawa State, Nigeria. That flooding event resulted in over $20 million in damages. Now, that was Holland Rice Farm. That event, there are over 100,000 farmers who were affected by that same event. Holland Rice Farm, of course, has since bounced back and have moved on and set up more rice farms and expanded operations. But over 70% of the farmers who were affected by that flooding events have yet to bounce back 2 years after. So that goes to show the challenges in agriculture. These farmers have families, they have school fees to pay, they have mouths to feed, they have medical expenses to pay. And just like we are here thinking about getting into agriculture, most times something will happen, we'll say it's village people. But I've come to realize that, yeah, even though village people might be real, and depending on what you believe, I've come to realize as well that there are certain things, right, that are out of our control. And they say wisdom is the principal thing, right? In all you're getting, get wisdom. An old book says that. So it's important that we also apply wisdom in our dealings. As young people who want to get into agriculture, it's important that we make predictions. We try to find out loopholes where things can go bad. You want to get into, let's say, greenhouse farming. What are ways your greenhouse farming could go bad? Or you might say, okay, it might not be affected by flooding events because it is not on the soil. But there are certain ways greenhouse farming could go bad. A windstorm can blow off everything and uproot everything from the ground, and those things will be lost. Or an invasion. There could be a security breach, and your distance are damaged. You might say, oh, greenhouse farming is not on the soil, so I don't have to worry about flooding event. So it's important that as farmers, we do a deep risk analysis to see, okay, what are aspects that I can be exposed to risk? What is my risk exposure? So these are questions you need to ask yourself before you make any investments. It's like buying stock, buying bonds, or buying any digital or any financial instruments. You must first sit down and calculate the cost. You ask yourself, okay, what is the risk margin of this thing? How do you hedge and protect yourself from losing everything if something should go wrong? Because in agriculture, the likelihood of things going wrong is very high. And a lot of people give up because something went wrong for the first time, and they say, okay, agriculture is not meant for them. The essence of this YEA is to create employment opportunities in agriculture. But the only way for this employment to be sustainable is if the employments that are being created are hedged against risk. So that even if your village people want to try and they damage your farmland, they don't know you've already put measures in place. Or you might have low risk harvest, low harvest, and people in your village are happy. This person has lost money. They don't know that you've hedged your farm against risk, and the next farming season they've seen you bounce back. So these are strategies, right? So if you take appropriate risk management, even your village people will be shocked because their review will not be working. So now let's deep dive into agricultural insurance, right? So everything we're talking about is risk, and now I want to talk about agricultural insurance proper. So agricultural insurance is one aspect of risk management. In our previous session, we talked about climate smart agriculture. Climate smart agriculture is another aspect of risk management that we've talked about in our previous classes. Now, we're talking about another aspect of risk management. Risk management is holistic. So agri insurance is an aspect of risk management which protects farmers from financial losses due to unforeseen events like droughts, floods, and pest attacks. It provides a safety net, ensuring farmers can recover and continue farming. At Riwe, my company, we like to define what we do in simple terms. We help farmers make informed decisions, and we help make it easy, and we help them bounce back when things don't go as planned. So it's like holistic risk management, like we've talked about climate smart agriculture in our previous sessions. So that is helping farmers make smart, informed decisions, telling them what to plant, when to plant. Now, after doing all of those things can also most likely not go as planned. Like product also have backup, and your backup should also have backup, right? So now insurance is like the second phase of risk management. In case your climate smart farming does not work, in case all of your that's your good agricultural practices, in case they don't work, you also have a fallback plan. You also have a fallback mechanism to keep going forward. Now, connecting the dots, let's see how everything in agriculture points back to what we're talking about today. Okay, so as a farmer, now let's make this interactive. So I believe we all have experience in agriculture here, right? So as farmers, what is one thing that you need the most? So I'll open the floor. So as farmers, what is that one thing that you need the most as a farmer or somebody in agriculture? What is that one thing you need the most, or one thing you know that farmers need the most? Let's make this interactive. Okay, Silas.
Yes, one thing I think farmers need the most is access to cultivable farmland.
Okay, thank you very much. Olabode, I see your hands up.
The one thing a farmer needed most is capital.
Capital.
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you very much. Anybody else wants to take a shot? What do farmers need the most? Ajay, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I feel what farmers need the most is knowledge, then finance.
Finance. Thank you. So everything has just been revolving around. I think everybody that has spoken mentioned one thing that was very common: finance, right? So now let's connect the dots. As a farmer, you need, somebody mentioned farmlands, right? Inputs. So you need, of course, among the many things you need, these are examples. You need things like seeds, improved seeds. You need your mechanization, farmland, all of those things. Now, you don't get these things. With I beg, I need seed, I beg, I need tractor. You get these things with money. Money unlocks these things, and so now finance is what connects all of these things together. So everybody has talked about finance. You want a tractor, money. You want seed, money. You need land, money. You need to expand, money. You need to pay laborers, money. You need to do research and development, money. Whatever it is you need in agriculture is money. And this is one of the challenges we are currently facing in African agriculture, right? Even as people who want to get into agriculture right now, we're thinking, okay, how do I start? How do I access capital? How do I access mechanization? How do I access improved seedlings? How do I access all of these services? We're thinking so hard. For some of us, we are very new in agriculture, and we're trying to learn about the space. For some of us, we're already advanced in agriculture, and we're also trying to see how we can grow further in agriculture. But at the end of the day, we face like a barrier, and that we are unable to get past, right? And so we find ourselves stuck in a cycle or in a loop of we cultivate less than 1 hectare, and the cycle continues, and we can't even feed our families with it. We can't even buy medications and all of those things. So now, there is only one thing that is stopping this farmer from finance, because you would think, okay, the bank is there, right? The farmer can easily get to the bank and access credit, access capital. Why aren't banks giving loans? Now, here comes in risk. It's like somebody coming to tell you, like somebody who has a bad history of repaying the money you lent to them. If they come next time, you won't give them, you won't be able to loan them money because they don't have a good reputation with what's it called, paying back. So in agriculture, farmers, you might have good intentions. You might say that, okay, prove that you're a farmer. You might even have a couple of lands to cultivate, a couple of hectares of farmland to cultivate. But no bank may be willing to give you credit facilities or your loan to actualize your vision of becoming a multi-millionaire in agriculture. Now, risk is what is standing in between these farmers and the credit they need. Now, risk management now comes into play because you want money to get tractors, money to pay laborers, money to do all of these amazing things and try to create employment and opportunities in agriculture. But risk is standing on the way between you and what needs to be done. Now, this is where insurance comes into play. So insurance is like an umbrella that mitigates or that bridges, that creates a buffer between the farmer and and unforeseen circumstances. Because the bank, what they are thinking is, what if this farmer gets low harvest, or the farmer has written proposal to the bank saying that, okay, yes, once he cultivates his farmland, he will get 10 bags of maize. For the banker who is experienced and has seen over the years that the agricultural landscape is very unpredictable, the banker would be like, you're wasting both our times. So they're not giving you any loans, they're not giving you any credit. And they have seen that happen. For the banker, they have seen farmers who cultivated 10 hectares of farmland only for flooding events to come and wipe up everything in just a split second. Overnight, everything is gone. Right? We've seen cases of farmers resorting to suicide and all of those things. So these banks, they are trading very cautiously. Now, this is where the dots connect: insurance and risk mitigation. Like I said, risk mitigation is very holistic. And what we're talking about is the safety net aspect of risk mitigation when everything else fails, right? When your smart agriculture fails, when your good agricultural practices fail, when you've put everything you know, even the knowledge that you know, when you put everything into practice and all of those things fail, right? What do you bounce back to? That is where insurance comes in. Insurance is like a buffer. Insurance creates, just like it says, protection. It's like an umbrella, right? It's like a gump over you. So it ensures that even if you are expecting 10 bags of maize and you only got 7, insurance gets to pay you for the remaining 3 bags. If you are expecting, if you cultivate a 10 hectares of farmland and flooding events come, you sit down in your house and call insurance. They come and do loss assessments, and you get alert in your bank, and you continue again. Or you buy seedlings and the seeds are not good. But if those seeds are insured, you get another seed for the next farming cycle free of charge. So having this as a farmer gives you peace of mind. You can expand your operations, you can employ more hands-on, you can create more employment, you can dare the impossible, you can go into research and development. But currently, because we don't have all of this structure in place, we just do agriculture on survival mode, in the sense that it is only what is needed that you cultivate. You only cultivate to probably pay children's school fees and eat. That's it. You're not cultivating to create generational wealth. You're not cultivating to create opportunities for communities. You're not cultivating to expand and export. You're only focused on survival mode. But if you have risk mitigation, year 1, you will start with 1 plot. Year 2, you expand to 10 plots. Year 3, you expand to 20 plots, because you know that you have peace of mind. You know that should anything happen to your investment, all you need to do is just contact insurance and you get payouts, right? Now, still connecting the dots, we talked about insurance, we talked about credit, and talked about loans, right? So credits involve providing loans to farmers to purchase equipment, inputs, and technologies, helping them improve productivity and efficiency. So the role of credit in farming is, one, we talked about inputs purchase. It allows farmers to buy quality seeds, fertilizers, and machineries. And for us at Riway Technologies, once you have an account with us at Riway Technologies, it's all inclusive, right? Your account with Riway gives you access to quality inputs. Your account with Riway gives you access to credits. It gives you access to loans. It gives you access to advisory services. So it's a holistic risk management approach. So credit allows for expansion opportunities, because when you have peace of mind, you can comfortably scale operations. Myself, for instance, I have limited how much I travel these days, because flights are expensive, right? Even for the smallest of road trips, it's very risky. Who wants to do road trips within Nigeria? Because it's very risky. Chances of you getting kidnapped is very high. So your risk. But if you have peace of mind, I mean, if Epis push that flight to 1 million from Owerri to Makurdi, sorry, I say from Abuja to Makurdi, you just comfortably enter a bus from Abuja and go to Makurdi. If Epis push that flight to 2 million within Nigeria, you would comfortably take bus from Abuja to Enugu or Kaduna or anywhere, because you won't be worried. You can travel 10 times a day because you have some level of peace of mind. With peace of mind comes optimism. If you have peace of mind, you can expand your farms because you're not worried about your investments. Now, the third thing about the role of credit in farming is improved practices. Credits and funds can better farming practices and technology adoption, right? They say that as a saying that now who they are alive, they get purpose. So it's only who is alive that can think about strategy. It's only who is alive that can think about innovation and improving what is existing. You cannot think about what's it called, greenhouse farming. You cannot think about carbon farming, carbon credits. You cannot think about sustainable agricultural practices when you are not even sure about the one you're currently doing. But if you have if you have insurance, you have peace of mind, you are able to access credits, you can be flexible to adopting new technologies. If somebody comes and tell you, okay, well, there is this new technology that can help you 10x your production, you will jump on it because you have been able to unlock credit, you've been able to unlock finance, you've been able to unlock peace of mind to scale your operations. So as people who are venturing into agriculture or are already playing in agricultural field or are hoping to be a conduit of extension or a conduit of growth for farmers, or try to also create meaningful employment, these are some of the things we need to consider, right? We talked about insurance, talked about credit. So are we talking about this? Doing business is hard. Doing business in Africa is insanity. Doing agriculture, well, we fill in the blanks. So now, does it matter? That's the question you'll be asking. I believe that everything that has led to this point has shown why it does matter. Of course, you want money, you need insurance. You want the bank to even give you this thing a year. You need to show them that your risk exposure is the lowest. That's the reason they can talk to you. Even if you want to get anything at all in Nigeria now, let's say you're applying for a visa, you're applying for study or any of those things, one of the things they look at is sometimes is your credit ratings. They contact the credit bureau of the Nigerian Credit Bureau, and they do like a credit check to see, okay, is this person a flight risk? Does this person have high risk exposure? So they analyze these things to determine how they should treat you. In developed and organized part of the world, credit ratings are very important. They determine your access to a lot of things. In Nigeria as well, we don't say it a lot, but we just conclude that banks don't want to give us credit. Banks are willing to give credits. Of course, banks, they live to make money. They want to make money as well. But then they would rather keep their money and allow it. They'll rather invest it in cryptocurrency and trade on the stock market than to give it to you, because they know that at the end of the day, you just throw away their money and come up with an excuse. And those farmers don't even have any reasonable collateral that these banks can even bank on. But insurance provides like a collateral. Your insurance policy is a collateral. That is why most times when you're applying for a visa, one of the requirements the embassy asks for is insurance, because the embassy wants to know that you won't be a burden to their economy. They want to know that if you travel to their country and fall sick, right, you have insurance that will bring you back to your country. They want to know that if you travel to their country and something happens, you will not be stranded there, and they now have to start paying for fuel to deport you. So that's why most consulars or embassies will ask you for your visa. That's because they want to see that your risk exposure is very low. They want to see that should anything happen, should any unpredictable situation happen, there is a fallback plan for it. So that's how important insurance is and risk mitigation is in agriculture. So now let's see an idea of what insurance looks like. Now we're going to contextualize. Okay, someone trying to. All right, so we're going to contextualize for agriculture. We're going to contextualize for non-agricultural activities, right? So, for instance, let's look at our health plans, right? For instance, I have a health plan, and my health plan gives me access to a lot of things. With my health insurance, which I pay very small premium annually, I get access to the gym, I get access to a personal doctor, I get access to pharmacy, to free medication, I get access to free consultation, I get access to a whole lot of embedded services, right? So, and what these insurance companies are asking for you is, okay, your health is probably what $100 every year. But instead of waiting for disaster to happen, and you have to break the bank to take care of yourself, just give us, let's say, $5 out of that $100 and have peace of mind. For my television I got a couple of months ago, I had to pay how much? I think I paid 9,000 naira for a TV that's we know how much Hisense products cost. I had to pay just 9,000 naira. And when that surge happened, they had to come and change my TV for me for 9,000 naira. Right? If I didn't pay that 9,000 naira and that surge happened, I would have had to go and buy a new TV. Right? So that's what insurance is like. Insurance is, okay, this is the total value of what this is worth. Okay, we're not asking you to pay the full value. Just give us, some insurance company will tell you between 5 to 7%. It depends on what you're insuring. So tell you pay between this and this just to get covered. If you are buying a car in this Tinubu's economy or this T-Pain's economy, and they ask you, they tell you, you're buying a car in this T-Pain's economy, I don't have insurance. You know how much spare part is? You know how much car tire is? You go and jam somebody and you're holding somebody on the neck. Insurance will save you from embarrassment. You have insurance and you buy somebody's car. If you have comprehensive insurance and you buy somebody's car, you not even start. No need to start making noise. If you have third-party insurance, you won't even start coming to Shalaye or try to explain yourself. You just come down from your car, give the person your insurance, your insurance contact. You call insurance company will repair the person's car. You go your way. But if you don't have insurance, you come down from your car, you start exchanging words, you start kneeling down to beg somebody and your fellow man. But if you have insurance, you hit somebody's car. If you have third-party insurance, you hit somebody's car, you just come down. You give them your insurance policy and you move on with your life. So that's what insurance does for you. It is worth $100. Just give us $5. Stop banking on religion to save you, because even if we're trying to go the religious way, even in the Holy Book, they face a lot of risk, right? There was drought in the Bible. If we're trying to use the Bible as protection, there was drought in the Bible where people even had to start eating their children. That's how much drought was in the Bible. There was famine in the land. In so many verses you hear, there's famine in the land. So if you are saying, okay, because you are a Christian, you will not face risk exposures, then that will be deception. So when you buy a gadget, even as you buy your phone, do you know how much Samsung screen is? Your phone will just crack, then you're not going to pack your phone because of screen. You buy a Samsung phone, I tell you, okay, pay 500 naira every month to protect your Samsung phone. Just do it. Instead of waiting for your phone to spoil, you're not looking for 100,000 to change screen. So that's what insurance is like. So insurance it's worth $100, but you pay $5 to get $100 should things go south. That's insurance for you. So insurance is simply valuing something and paying a fraction, usually between 5 to 15% with a contract to get full value should things go all right. For your health, it's like saying the cost of your annual health is valued at 2,000 and you pay 10% of it. So if anything goes wrong, you get the actual value worth of your health. So insurance moves a fraction of or percentage of your income from the present to the future when you need it. And it's at a wholesome price, right? So there are so many benefits of insurance as a farmer. You want to get into agriculture. You want to get into poultry business, one of the most riskiest things on earth. You want to get into fish farming. You don't have insurance. What if somebody come and poison your fish in the net? There are bad belly everywhere. So this thing is happening. So people are not usually happy. So going into farming, you must analyze several aspects of risk. You might think, okay, you are giving your fish is vaccine. There are bad belly. I've had so many cases of people who are doing fish farming. Somebody came and just poisoned the water, their fishes died. So there are so many risk exposure in Nigeria, in Africa, in the country we live in. Your risk exposure is very high. So you need to protect yourself. And you might say it might look expensive until something happens. When I was buying insurance on my TV, I was like, okay, why do I have to pay an extra 9,000 naira? But then, thank God I bought it. I would have had to pay a lot of money to get a new TV. So you are going into fish farming. Please protect your investments. You are going into poultry. Poultry is now very expensive. Why do you want to lose money? A bag of feed now is almost 60,000. A bag of 50 kg feed now is almost 60,000. And you want to get into poultry and you're not protecting your investment. So what should happen if your livestock, something happens, there's an outbreak of bird flu and all your birds die? What's next? So these are things you need to consider so that you don't lose out on everything and also, or you're going into crop production. You need to protect your investments. The weather is very unpredictable. You might say, okay, it's raining in 3 months. 3 months come, you're not seeing rain, right? Or something could just go bad. There could be an outbreak of a disease in your farmland and everything is gone. What next? You lose everything. So insurance is moving a fraction of the present value of something into the future to get full value of it. And it just makes sense. It just makes sense, even in our personal lives. For those who have families here, go and get health insurance. There's National Health Insurance Scheme, which allows you to pay 15,000 naira every year to get a lot of benefits. And most hospitals collect health insurance. So why wait until things go bad before you can get insurance? So risk management is very important in Nigeria. Africa in general is so unpredictable. Or you want to travel, you don't have travel insurance. What if your flight is delayed? What if things go wrong? If you have travel insurance, your flight is delayed, you get compensated. You have travel insurance and you misplace your luggage, you get compensated. You have travel insurance and you travel abroad and you fall sick, you get treatment. So you won't have to start thinking about how to. And the last travel insurance I got, I think it was how much, 20-something thousand. If you see the value of what they are saying, with 20,000 naira worth of insurance, I was seeing access to up to $15,000. Tell me, $20,000 naira and $15,000 in benefits. So you now begin to see the dots. So these are some of the benefits of insurance. And most insurance company, you pay like probably 100 naira every day or 200 naira every day, and to get over millions worth in claims and benefits. So why wait until things go south? Just protect yourself, right? So there are so many aspects of insurance. So there is embedded and standalone insurance. And I'm going to give the difference between embedded and standalone insurance. So now let's talk about embedded insurance, right? So my TV, for instance, that I bought a couple of months ago, that had insurance, that was the insurance partner for my TV was Zenith Bank. So that was Zenith Bank's insurance product for one is that's LG's platform. That's embedded insurance, right? So you buy a TV, Zenith Bank has partnered with LG. So for every TV you buy, you have the option to buy insurance with it. It's optional. You can tick the box or forget about it. Or it's like buying a phone on Jumia and you see the insurance part of it. You can either check it or you can leave it. Now, coming to agriculture, embedded insurance is you go to buy seeds, right? And instead of just buying the seed like that, you buy insured seeds. So what that means is if you plant those seeds and they don't germinate, or something goes wrong with that seed and they don't sprout, you get 3 bags of seed, right, to plant for the next season. So that's how embedded insurance works. Or you want to go and buy, or you buy a tractor, or you buy any other farm implements, right? And it comes with insurance or extended warranty, and in case it doesn't work, you get compensated for it, right? So that's embedded insurance, right? That's how it works. Examples of where we can see embedded insurance is in e-commerce platforms offering shipping insurance during checkout, car manufacturers, including extended warranties. So these are ways embedded insurance work. So for embedded insurance, businesses work with insurance companies or insurtechs to embed coverage within their products or services. Now, the benefit is the convenience that it comes with it, right? So as a customer who is buying those products, you don't have to think about the process of having to go and buy new insurance. For my TV, all I had to do was to just check a box. Do you want insurance? I just checked the box, and my bill increased by 9,000 naira. So that's embedded insurance. I don't have to go and start filling another paperwork because the TV I'm already buying already has my details. So it's already embedded, right? So it enhances customer experience and also a source of revenue, right? So we want to talk about how to make money through the YEA program. And you're probably selling something in agriculture. Let's say you're probably somebody who sells seedlings or fertilizer. So you can partner with an insurance company to provide embedded insurance with your fertilizer. So customers are buying fertilizers, you're charging them an extra 5% to insure their fertilizer or insure their seeds. So what that means is that it improves your customer experience, because your customers now have peace of mind. Right, and you also as a business person, you get to make extra money, right? Because if these people pay you 5% for getting insurance, the insurance company will also pay you a percentage of that premium you sold. So now it has lots of benefits, convenience, enhanced customer experience, and also a source of revenue for you as a business person, right? And I know that we're here to talk about money and how we can make money through all of this. So now the next bit of insurance is the whole standalone insurance. So standalone insurance in this case would be I bought my TV, they didn't have the insurance option. I would have to go and look for an insurance company that can insure my TV, which can be very tiring because most insurance companies don't have separate policies or separate products for electronics. They only design those products for electronic companies like LG. So if you go to meet those companies alone, individually, you might not get the insurance product you're looking for, and you might have to fill a ton of paperwork, right? So that's the difference between embedded and standalone insurance. So standalone insurance is also applicable in agriculture. You have a farmland and you know that your risk exposure is high, and you say, okay, which insurance company can I go and meet? There are a ton of them, to make life very easy for you. That's where our company comes in. So you don't have to go and fill a ton of paperwork, have to go and start doing a lot of administrative protocol to get insurance, right? So you can meet company like Freeway, and we tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. This is how much is involved to give you peace of mind, right? So just some characteristics of standalone insurance is one, the policy covers specific risk, like property, liability, life insurance. Customers buy directly from insurtechs like Freeway, and premiums are separate from the core product or services, right? Unlike my TV that I had to pay for the premium alongside paying for the TV. So standalone insurance, you would have to pay for insurance separately from the product itself. So it's like buying seeds and you want to go and buy insurance separately. You would have to pay for the insurance separately. But with embedded insurance, when you pay for the seeds, you're already paying for insurance as well. So so there are so many examples of insurance out there. There is goods in transit policies. Let's say you are somebody who trades, who is into trading in agriculture or commodity export. You're always moving tomatoes from the north to the south and all those things. You need to also have like a goods in transit policy. A goods in transit policy ensures that if your goods are damaged on the roads or your truck breaks down and it takes 2 days to repair your truck and the tomatoes you are conveying spoils, insurance will compensate you. Or you are traveling and hoodlums attack your truck and destroy your thing, insurance company pays you. There is credit insurance. There is employee health plans and all of that. So there are a lot of them. Now, getting into the nitty-gritty of how insurance works for us at Freeway and how we can capitalize on it. Okay, Gabriel.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. So
sure.
Let's say I am transporting tomato and hoodlums attack my crop. How would you verify that claim?
Okay, so there are so many ways to go about this, right? So there are the advanced methods of doing that, right? There are insurance companies that use IoTs and cameras to verify this kind of claims. Why there are insurance companies that might require extra investigation through what is called a loss assessment data. So they might have to you might have to send them pictures because without concrete evidence, it might be a problem. So that is why certain things are very important. If you're into the line of business, to improve your claims process, something you can do is probably have a dash cam on your trucks. That's one of the easiest things you can do. Dash cams cost like less than 20,000 to have a dash cam. So to make your claims process faster, because there are lots of bureaucratic processes when it comes to those kind of insurance products, right? So of course, everything comes down to risk assessments or loss assessments data. So to make it very easy for you, just have a dash cam that captures everything in real life as they're attacking your trucks. Of course, if they attack your trucks, there would have to be damages, broken lights, probably punctured tires, punctured screens, windshield. So these are like evidence of damage, right? And if you are able to also, if you have a smartphone, you're able to also capture some of these things in action as it happened there in real life. You can also do some of these things. And for most insurance companies, they have trackers on this kind of trucks. So if your truck had to stop for unusually for 3 hours or 10 hours and there was no traffic, the insurance company can pull up that data from the tracker to see that, okay, this truck stopped so and so place, right? And it's picked up these activities in transit. Or using heat signature, it can pick up, okay, there was only one driver, but all of a sudden there were additional 3 heat signatures. They could tell, okay, yes, something like this happened. But to improve the claims process, it's important to use improved technologies like live capturing of data, all of those. So yes, so now going forward to how our own insurance work, I'm going to give us like the easiest breakdown. There's a complex breakdown of things, right? But the easiest breakdown of things for us is one, for the way our insurance work is one. The first step is KYC. That's the first step. Know your customer. So you want to get insured with us, and the first step is we collect data from you. I'm breaking this down and to see how we can also leverage on it for those who want to also partner with us as well. So the first step is collect customer data, and some of these data points include, okay, farm location. It includes the type of crop the farmer is growing. It includes things like historical data. Is that farmland known for having flooding events every year? In the past 20 years, how many flooding events have happened in that area? So these are some things we want to know. This farmer, what's the size of their household? Because this information helps us design this product for the farmers and also tailor down how much premium we charge them as well, right? So the first step is KYC. We collect this information. We do some assessment on it using our software to determine the risk levels of the farmer and the risk exposure. And when we collect this data, we give the farmer a tailored quote on what to pay, right? And they pay for these premiums using mobile money or using USSD. They can pay for premiums and they get insured, and they begin to have peace of mind. Now, so for you now who is probably working with us as an agent, the moment the farmer pays for a premium, we calculate your percentage, your commission, and we'll give you a commission for each sales you make, right? Then the next step is analyze risk and pay out for farmers, right? So the moment farmers get insured, we begin our regular risk analysis, sending them updates, weather alerts, mobile alerts, best farming practices, and all of those things, ensuring that they have a very fruitful farming season. And should anything go wrong, the claims process is automatic, right? They don't have to, go and start filing claims or doing paperwork. So everything's automatic. But for us who are in the middle here, the first step for us is to collect farmer data, and then we'll give the farmers a quote to pay, and they pay. You as our agents, you get commission, right? So now bring it back to Amina's story, which was our first character. So remember Amina, who grows maize, tomatoes, and cassava, right? So Amina has been able to unlock a lot of things. Amina is now able to send her children to school. Amina is now able to employ hundreds of women on her farmland. She has created employment for women in her community. She has been able to build boreholes for her community. She has been able to cultivate large scale. She now exports to the UK. She exports to Canada. Her tomatoes are one of the best in the market. And she was able to unlock this by unlocking finance. And she was able to get finance by reducing her risk. She was able to reduce her risk by taking active steps like getting insurance and also adopting smart agricultural practices, right? And her farming has never been the same. So that brings us to the end of today's session. It's actually very extensive, but I just had to make it 23 slides so that I can take questions and answers here. So now I'll leave the floor open. I hope we've been able to learn something new. So now I'll take questions.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, Martha.
Thank you.
I see your hands,
Sir.
Martha.
So I have 2 questions. One is I know how important insurance is to health, to even agriculture, as you've just explained to us this morning now. My number one question here is about, say, farming. Say I have a farmland, I'm farming, and I insure my seeds, right? And
Yeah.
then something happened. Say nothing happens to my the seeds, and then I'm able to like get a very bountiful harvest on my way to sell my product, and then either I get attacked, right? Will this insurance will this insurance policy now cover my loss, or okay, it's strictly for the seeds? And then another instance is, for example, maybe say pest attacked my farm, and at the end of the day, I'm more like it's obvious I won't reap any harvest from my farm. Like, say we have various instances where you know, at the end of the day, it will not yield profit to me. Will this insurance cover? What I'm trying to say, I guess, is will I have to insure for every other thing, or once I just make one payment, then it covers everything?
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Can
Thank
I
you.
take the second question? I should hold on first.
No, go ahead. Ask the second one.
Oh, okay. Say for example, we know that, okay, say something happened, I'm going to get a refund, or they're going to reimburse me back. Or in a situation whereby nothing happens, and then you know, nothing happens, but that means that I'm not getting any refund from the company, because that's I would like to know more about that, please.
All right. Thank you, Martha, for that question. Very interesting. So, like I stated earlier when I started, right? Going into agriculture, you have to first look out for ways your village people will come for you. So, because your village people are always active, so you have to figure out, okay, where can my village people come attack me from? So, are they most likely going to attack you from the soil, from the air, from the water? If you are doing greenhouse farming, or you might say, okay, your village people will not get you through flooding because, of course, it's greenhouse farming. Or you might say, okay, they won't get me through this. So you have to figure out channels your village people in quotes can get to you, and hedge yourself against those, right? So there are various types of products in the market, right? And it all depends on the kind of protection you need for your farm. There is what we call the multi-peril insurance. The multi-peril insurance covers for several categories of risk, right? Then there is the index-based insurance, or the parametric insurance. Now, the index-based insurance is called index because it is indexed to a particular thing, right? It is indexed to a particular parameter. Let's say you're indexing against flood or rainfall, right? And you are expecting 1 liter of rainfall, or 1 liter of rainfall, but instead of 1 liter of rainfall, you only got half liter of rainfall. So already there's a condition for payouts. So now index insurance insures basically against single line parameters. So now, if you want to make sure that your village people do not have any way to get to you, so you might want to consider holistic, comprehensive, and multi-peril insurance products that protect against flood, pest attacks, lightning and thunderstorms, and all of those things, right? So it's left for you now to figure out, okay, what channels could your village will most likely get to you. If you are staying in a place where flooding event is not a thing, you might say that it might not be a thing for you, but it's still the same need for insurance because it is unpredictable, right? So it's not left for you to explore various aspects of your exposure. If you live in a place where hoodlum attacks are a thing, you might definitely want to consider getting multi-peril insurance that covers against hoodlum attacks and pest attacks and all of those things. But if you are just concerned about unpredictable weather, you might just want to focus on weather-based insurance, area yield index, parametric insurance, and all of those things. So there are so many protection plans available there. So it's not really a one-size-fits-all sort of model. So it depends on your specific needs. But from what I can deduce from what you say, the most flexible plan for someone in your with your situation might be a multi-peril insurance. Multi-peril means, okay, multi-risk, multi-village people. Peril is like village people, so multi-village people. So if your village people are sending storm, it's covering it. If you want to send drought, it's covering it. If you want to send criminals, it's covering it. So multi-peril insurance, and it's also very holistic. Now, the next thing about refund, that's why it's called insurance, and that is how insurance companies make money, right? About the whole refund, you pay, and at the end of the day, nothing happens. You have your regular harvest and all those things. There is no payout, of course, because insurance is all about risk. Insurance is transfer of risk. You transfer your risks to the insurance company, because the insurance company, they are taking a lot of risk by asking you to pay 5,000 naira to get 100,000 naira. It is risk on their own end. So if you should lose something, the insurance company would go broke. Not broke, but they would lose a lot of money to compensate you, right? So in the same sense, if you don't lose, the insurance company would take your money and invest it into something else and wait for when something happens, because insurance is not one of, it's a continuous thing. As long as you're in agriculture, you'd have to keep paying premiums just to protect yourself. So the insurance company, yes. So the insurance company have a lot of asset class investments that they do with people's money. So it's not like oh, the money sits in the bank. So the insurance companies have asset class investments, which is a different topic altogether, where they put your money into, allowing it to generate returns on investment, so that when there is a claims request, they can be able to make payouts, right? So if nothing happens, you don't get any payouts. But for us at Reway, we've been able to design something, a unique product, and which is totally different from a lot of insurance companies, because we understand this kind of questions that have popped up, especially among women farmers, right? So we've been able to design a product that focuses on women farmers, right? So what this product does is that when you pay, let's say 10,000, I believe this class is mixed, so I'll just use 10. I'll use a general figure. Let's say you pay $10 in insurance. A fraction of that $10 goes into invested savings, right? Invested savings. So at the end of the year, even if you don't have any risk, because a part of your insurance went into invested savings, you still get money, right? Your insurance claims are still there. So these are ways we've been able to incentivize insurance to ensure that, okay, people can be able to uptake and upscale insurance products for their farms and for their properties as well. But aside stuff like this, right, there isn't really any refund if nothing goes bad. But for us, we've been able to innovate around it to ensure that everybody gets a reward. And I'm sure we all like our wolf. So I hope that answered your question, Martha. Hi, Martha. I hope that answered your question. You're muted if you're speaking.
Yes, you have. Thank you, sir.
All right. Perfect. Any more questions? I just saw a couple of comments that the network was breaking. I hope it wasn't general. But any more questions? The floor is open. If you had any troubling question about insurance, this is the right time to ask. If you still want to know ways your village people can come after you, you can also ask that one, and I also tell you how to avoid your village people. So the floor is still open. While I'm waiting for questions to come on board, I believe there's some sort of plan here. So I am accessible. So Gabriel would probably share my contact. I could do that. So if anybody who wants to probably get in touch, or looking for opportunities to collaborate, or looking for avenues to to get access to this kind of insurance that we've talked about, we are always happy to work with anybody and also provide in-depth solutions and in-depth advice to anybody who might want such services as well. But the floor is still open for those who still want to ask questions. Okay, Silas, I see your hands up.
Okay. My question is it possible for people who claim to be farmers and don't have a farmland to have access to this kind of insurance?
Mm. Well, that's a very interesting question, but at the same time, you only protect yourself from risk that you can see, right? Um, if you're not a farmer and you also want you want to have access to certain things like this, there are other aspects of insurance, right, that you can uptake and to protect yourself. But for us, one of the criteria of providing coverage for people is the KYC. The KYC is very comprehensive, so that's one way that's one of our strategies before we can onboard anybody. We want to know where your farm is located, and for us, we use Earth observation data and some other technologies to be able to get your farm location and precise location and precise data to be able to tell you what kind of premiums you should pay. So if you don't have a farmland, then there's no need for farm insurance, right? So, okay, I believe that answered your question, Silas. So, more questions. I'm sure. Okay.
Yes, you did answer my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Silas. So, any more questions? Whether it is question, no matter how dumb you think it is, just shoot away. I'm very happy to answer any question you have. If you want me to clarify on something, maybe it's not a question, maybe something in this light has been, troubling you, and you want to know how to get involved as well. Okay, Juliet, I see your hands up.
Please, I would like to know, because the insurance covers the whole 36 states. Because some people might have farms on different locations, so I don't know which should cover the whole 36 states.
All right, thank you, Juliet, for your question. So yes, our insurance products cover the whole 36 states. For us, we've been able to innovate around the need for boots on ground. We'll be able to innovate around it. They need to have insurance agents come and do farmland assessment, all of those things, by leveraging, like I said, Earth observation data and a couple of other source of truths to be able to analyze risk, right? So, so our presence, yes, is across the 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT, which is where we're headquartered.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So, any question? Let's keep it rolling in. Okay, I see. Emoshokeme. Yes.
Sir, my question is the insurance package, the cost, is it in Naira or in dollars?
Okay, for us, it's in Naira. It's in Naira. And it costs as little as the price of one orange per day. So that's how affordable it is. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. I see another hand up. I see Michael Onyekachi.
Yes. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, Chief.
Okay, all right, sir. In 2022, I got one spray drone and one other drone for mapping and other activities.
Yeah.
I tried my possible best, everything I could do to ensure those equipment, but I couldn't. The best option I got as at that time was to insure my house where I'll keep this equipment and all that. It wasn't making sense. So at the end of the day, the spray drone crashed. It crashed while at work. It's a normal thing. One of the fields it crashed, and I've not been able to fix it back because one of the batteries got swollen and exploded. That's what caused the crashing, and it's about $1,000 to get a pair of batteries. So what I'm saying is that, is it possible to get an insurance cover for equipment like that from your company? Because I really searched. When I said I searched, I really did my best. I even had some organizations we are working with to help us search out, to look out for this insurance cover for this equipment, knowing how it works, but we couldn't. So I want to know if it is what we could insure with you and how to do that.
All right. Thank you, Michael. So in one of my slides, I talked about the whole standalone insurance and embedded insurance. Smart manufacturing companies is this. By the way, I like the approach you took towards insuring your home just to cover for the drone. That was really smart. Smart companies these days, they provide embedded insurance to their products, but not every company is aware of that. And a few insurance companies are just too complacent to go the extra mile to provide coverage and protection for certain agricultural products. That's where the problem is, right? Now,
Yes.
exactly. So now that I'm thinking about it, right, and auto insurance might have saved, but then it's still. But then I don't think it will have been comprehensive. So, but for us, because it falls under the category of agricultural mechanization, yes, we might be able to create a unique plan for that, for especially for drones and UAVs. So it's something that we can figure out and to provide protection for you, because most insurance companies are not thinking about that. Most insurance companies, if you're not insuring something worth 10 million, 100 million, they don't want to talk to you. And it's a problem. And that's one of the reasons why insurance uptake is very low in Africa. That is why we have a protection gap of over 97%. That's because the traditional guys, they are not interested in what's it called, microeconomics and economies of scale. So yes, we can be able to work together to figure out a comfortable product that can cover for those damages. And once again, sorry that your drone had to crash. And I understand how devastating it must have been.
It's fine, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. So any other question? Let me see. Do we still have more hands up? Okay, I don't see any more hands up. So do we still have more hands up? You want to ask any question? You want to know something that may not have been covered? This is the right time to ask a question. If not, I would just have to hand over to my host. So speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, I see Agnes. Agnes, please go ahead.
All right, good morning.
Hi,
Good
good
morning,
morning.
Mr. Okay, so I don't have a question per se. I'm just actually for Rural Farmers Hub. So I am standing in for Mr. Gabriel because he's currently not on set. So if there's no more questions, I can pick up from there. So I just got to let you know.
Okay. All right. So if there's no more question, Agnes would take over from here now. So. Okay, so it has been very exciting, guys. It's interesting to know our some of us individually and what our superpowers will look like. For those who want to be omnipresent, I hope you're not in my house right now. So, but it's been very exciting to get to know some of us. Thank you very much for having me, and do have an interesting day ahead. Thank you.
Beautiful session. Thank you. It was really insightful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your presence. Thank you for being
Thank
here
you.
today. I personally learned, and I believe everyone else here learned one or two things. Thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate you here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and to all our trainees, thank you so much for always coming on board, and really appreciate you. Thank you. We'll call it a day, and we'll see you next week.
Sorry, Agnes. Sorry, Agnes, for continuation. I think I see Silas's hand up.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I just noticed. Please go ahead.
Yes. So sorry. I think there's something we forgot. It's in respect to update. Before the presentation, we had update from FCT, demo plot, and we'll be taking update from Oyo State, and Ebonyi State. So I don't know who is ready at the moment. Or update is not a video update; it's just it's an audio update.
Okay.
So Olabode, are you ready with your audio update?
Hello, good morning,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, Olabode, please, you can go on. After which James Igwe will take his own update. Thank you.
All right. Should I switch to video or the audio is okay?
Audio. Continue.
All right. Yeah. So just to give us the update, now the land has been cleared and we are making the nursery bed 2 already in place. But due to the fact that the site we are using is full of rubbish before, so just trying to pick all the debris, everything there, the dates there before putting on the the fertilizer and the planting. So that's the only thing that is limiting the progress. But by His grace, before the day runs out, it will be perfected and we shall plant. So if we need, I can just show us a video to see the bed being made and what we are clearing, just for us to know the state of things. We have the seed on ground, you have the fertilizer, and necessary things in place. So that's a brief one, sir.
Okay, but Olabode, kindly
Yes, sir.
share update on the demo plots update. Share pictures so that we will know the situation, that is the state which you are at the moment. I think we don't have much time, but do you still want to share the video? If you want to share video, we are okay. But if you can't,
I think that will be better.
okay, please do share the video.
Sorry.
If you can hear me, just turn it like a selfie so that the bed can show. I just permit me to use the word, just selfie the bed so that we can see. Yes.
Sorry. Sorry, just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So I believe we are seeing it. Hello?
Yes, we can see it. I just pin it so that.
So here's the bed.
Okay.
This one. So these are the dates that I've been picking, trying to clean it up. Can you see?
Yes, we can see it.
See the whole land, everything full of dates. So that's what I've been battling with. so that we can have something meaningful and something new to plant upon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olabode.
Yes, sir.
I think let's try all we can to ensure that we plan between today and tomorrow,
All right,
because
sir.
agriculture is time bound. We don't have
Exactly.
time. Time is
By
not
this,
our friend. So we need to achieve this as quick as possible. Thank you very much, Mr. Olabode.
you are most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.
Put off your camera. James Igwe from Ebonyi State. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For Ebonyi, we planted on 18th of this month. Then when I went there yesterday, I saw that it has started germinating. Then I
Okay.
have to raise the mulch. That's the level we are now.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Please do remember to send pictures to show that germination has taken place. It will be nice so that we can keep track of the development of things from the field. Thank you very much, and more grace to your elbow. So I just want to recommend those that are ensuring that the demo plots work. Omoshoke for FCT, Abuja, Olabode for Oyo State, and James Igwe from Ebonyi State. Thank you very much. You guys are doing a very great job. Thank you. And at this point, I will say, Agnes, should take over. Thank you very much. Yeah, good. Agnes, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much, and thank you for everyone for the update. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you. And then if anyone has a question or some form of contribution they want to make comments, you can raise your hand and ask. But in the absence of that, if there's no questions or comments or observation, then we can call it a day. So, but if you have any, just raise your hand and you can speak with us. Any questions, any comments, any observations, or contribution, of course? Okay, your hand is raised, so you can go ahead, unmute your mic and speak. David, your mic is on, but you're not speaking. I don't know if I'm the only one who cannot hear you. David, are you still here? Okay, am I the only one who cannot hear David, or it's probably network?
It seems David is not speaking, probably. Please, let's go ahead. Let's forge ahead.
All right, that's fine. So we can call it a day here. Thank you so much for to everyone for being on the call. Thank you. So enjoy the rest of your emotional care. Please go ahead.
That was a mistake. Sorry.
Emotional care, can you speak? You raised your hand.
It was a mistake. Sorry.
Thank you. About you would have yeah. Yeah, it's so far. Once you would have that
Juliet, what are you saying?